Please remind me to record here. Okay.
I was having issues. I was reminding my earphones were not working again.
Whose phone?
Sorry. I wanted to remind you. I thought I was speaking, but my earphones are not working.
But you can put the message.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
Okay. So now let us go to the routing. See here, this is the difference here. Okay. Work center is the place where we are working. Routing is the one where we are defining how do we use the work center. Also, we define what is the standard time.
Hello.
Hello. We are continuing, Sigmund.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the work center is the place where the job are getting executed. We gave the example, right? It is a labor or machine or no line, whatever it is. A routing is the one which is connecting this work center and BOM and telling what kind of operation is being done with that particular work center and what is the standard time for this. For example, is it 10 minutes per piece or 20 minutes per piece? That is what is being done in the routing. So don't get confused between routing and work center. Work center is the input for routing. Work center is the input for routing. Work center is a place where we are doing the job. If I have to give the example, daily routine job, right? When you're cooking, right? When you're cooking a rice, what is the input? Your input is the raw rice, water, and maybe the vegetables, those kind of things. That is the bill of material. And what is your work center? Work center is your oven or stove, right? That is the work center. But routing is what? Routing is how much rice I put, in how much water, in what sequence I have to put, how long it takes to cook. That is routing. Okay. So work center is the place where we do the job. BOM is the place where which material we are using. But routing is the one which is connecting these two. How do we do this? How much I am using it for? How much is decided in bill of material? What is the sequence I am doing? What time I am using? That is in the routing. Is it clear? This is the routing.
Routing is the SOP of the operations, right?
We can say yes. Routing is a sequence of operations, or as you said, it may be SOP of the operations also.
Recipe.
What is that, sir? XOP.
SOP is standard
What is
operating
it?
procedure. Standard operating procedure, which is used for regular transactions, so regular operations. Like when you do some regular activities in your office, there should be some standard operating procedure, SOP. Standard operating procedure defined that, like, what people should do exactly. For a purchasing person, what is the standard operating procedure? You should receive the purchase request from the users. You should validate the requirement, and then you should check who is the vendor, what are all the, who are all the suppliers available in the market, and then evaluate the market conditions, evaluate the metal requirements, then find out the suitable material. Like that, there will be some sequence of steps will be defined for that person. That is called SOP. Similarly, in production also, there is a standard operating. It's not called as a standard operating procedure. Actually, that is normally it is called the work instruction. So what is the work instruction will be saying? You have to do like this. For example, you received that material here. You put this into this particular work center, and then use this machine for maybe 10 minutes to process this component, then take it out. That is called the sequence of operations, what we define in the routing. So what routing is saying, it is a sequence of operations to produce a product where work centers are used to carry out the operations, component assigned to each operation, standard time was also for each one. Like there is a product. Here in the example which I am showing here, right, in the routing, here we are putting a raw rod into the production line where I want to get one finished shaft. From the raw rod, I want to get the finished shaft. So what I'm getting, the first work center called work center 1, I am doing operation called cutting. So work center 1, we are doing operation called cutting. To cut these, I take 2 hours. Just this is an illustration, that's it. And then after cutting it, I have to do some fabrication activity. That is done in work center 2. That is taking 2 hours. And then in work center 3, I am taking all these fabricated items, then I am doing some pre-assembly. And then in work center 4, all these things I am combining them and painting them. That is taking 8 hours. And then after painting in work center 5, I am doing final assembly. That is a final product. Then work center 6, I am doing testing. And then work center 7, it is a final painting that is taking 4 hours. So I'm taking some different, maybe this example I told you, raw to component, it is not there. It is like taking some steel sheets. I am fabricating them to create one big equipment. That is a sequence here. Okay. Is it giving some clarity there? What is the routing? This example, is it giving clarity?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So here we are using that work center, which is where the job is done. We are also defining what is the standard time for each one. For example, this is to produce one product, maybe. Right. Again, what we defined in BOM, we put that the base quantity, right? Similarly, for routing also you have to define what is the base quantity. Here the base quantity here, it is not written, but it is for one piece of finished product. I am doing all these operations. Now each operation, what is the time, that is also mentioned. And here in the routing, component also will be assigned. That is not shown here. I will show you later. That will be assigned. Like for example, I have stainless steel sheets. They will be coming in operation 0 because there I am cutting it. And then painting 0040 work center. So I have to add the paints in that particular work center, particular operation. And then there is a final painting 0070. There I have some more paint. There I have to add the component. So for the finished product, I will have a BOM which is having stainless steel and paint, but these things will be linked to the particular routing where the operation is carrying out. That is how the BOM is also linked. Is it clear? Any doubt here?
Sir, sorry, sir. I didn't understand the last part where you said the BOM is linked, sir. How it is linked?
I will show you this one. Okay, I will show you now. See, just okay. Right. See, here there is a metal want we produce. This is a metal or what I want to produce. Just a minute. To produce this material, okay, there is a metal. To produce this material, for example, that what are the example I took? Let us take that same finished product. I need
Sure.
4 components. One is that stainless steel, then 3 kind of paints. Let us take example here. Okay, 20, 30, 40 are paint 1, paint 2, paint 3. Let us take an example. Now the routing what we discussed, operation 10, operation 20, operation 30, operation 40, like cutting, fabrication, assembly, final painting. Like that we are taking example. Okay, this is the routing. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now to carry out this operation, I need this BOM. For example, the item 10 and item 20 of the BOM are required in operation 10, first operation. For example, the steel and some nut and bolt, for example, here the BOM, they are required in the first stage of the operation. The third operation, I do some painting. So I attach this paint to this particular operation. And then fourth operation, I need another paint, I attach to the another operation. This is how the link will be taken from item to the operation. Is it clear? How it is linked, I will show you in system.
Okay, sir.
Right. So this is the BOM and operation. Now, if you don't assign this component, when we create the when we create the routing, what will happen? By default, all these components will be assigned to operation 10 normally. When we create the BOM, when we create the routing based on the BOM, all the components will be assigned to first operation. If we need to change these things, we need to go and change them in the routing. Right? That also I will explain you. Now coming back here, this one I explained you. These are the different types of tasks. This is the routing. For example, routing task type N, this is used in discrete manufacturing process. This is what we are going to use. This is called CS01. The routing R, this is used in repetitive manufacturing. T code is CA21. This is master recipe. This is used in the process industries where the T code is C201. Okay, C201. And then the reference operation set. This is the reference used to template to create a routing. This one you can take note, CA11 and CA31. You can explore it after completing this training, not now. Okay, CA11 and CA31. We are now going to use CA01 here. Okay.
0.
Right. Now, features of
CA
routing is what? These things are I will be sharing with you. Tell me.
Yeah, no, so I was just saying CA01 to remember the T code. I can remember it as component attributes, no? So for routing.
No. It is not component attributes. Yeah, it is a sequence of operations.
Sequence of operations. Okay.
So it is not a component. Component structure is BOM fine, but CA I cannot say that like that. I don't know.
Correct.
Because you guys in the Europe, maybe you can understand. Maybe in German or French or something, you can get it. I don't know.
No, I don't understand.
Right. Now the features of routing, it is mandatory first to define the work center to create the routing. So work center is mandatory for routing. So the work centers, what I created, I asked you to use it the same because I don't want you to create a new work center as of now. You just use it. Maybe in future you can create your work center if you continue to do the practice. Right? Because normally it is created by the industrial engineering team along with the costing team. Right? And then multiple materials can follow through a single routing group. And then, which means we can create a routing group. Multiple materials can be assigned. For example, I am doing a, what is that example I can say? Cooking, same cooking, right? If you take the cooking, same sequence, I can cook different kind of rice with the same method, multiple materials. For example, packaging, if I take in industry, the same kind of packaging, the same kind of routing, I can use it for different products. So operation 1, this is the time. Operation 2, this is the time. The same operation, same time can be applicable to different kind of products. That is what multiple materials can follow through a single routing. So that is where we will be using this reference operation set. We create one routing and then attach many products to this particular routing. That is what is the purpose of this reference operation set. This reference operation set CA11 is related to discrete manufacturing. The reference rate routing is related to this repetitive manufacturing. So if at all you explore, please explore only CA11. Okay, explore only CA11 because we have not discussed the repetitive manufacturing. Right. So these multiple materials follow the single routing which can be done through CA11. Routing is used for scheduling and the costing of operation for raw and finished products. It means how to schedule. We gave in-house production time in Metal Master. That is given a number of days. But in routing, we'll be defining that to process that material, if I have to process one piece, it is taking 30 minutes, or if it is taking 45 minutes, then I will use these details for routing purpose. Okay, otherwise I don't use them. Okay, then routing is used to calculate the operation cost for a finished product.
Sir, once again, sir, sorry, sir. Work center we defined as an days. In routing we define as an hours, right? Minutes or hours.
No, not in work center here. Not Metal Master.
Okay.
We define the production time as in days.
Okay, sir. Got it. Okay.
Metal Master put no in-house production time.
Yes, sir.
There you can
In-house
produce.
plan delivery time. Yeah, everything.
There you can define only days. There you cannot put the time, minutes and all. But in routing, you define what exactly time it is taking the shop floor.
Okay, sir.
Routing is used to calculate the operation cost for a finished product. And then the PP routing structure, how it is there? Again, there is a routing, a header, what are the sequence details, what are the operation details. In this operation, what kind of BOM component? See, there is also possibility we can assign the quality management instructions, inspection characteristics. We can also assign production resource tools. Also, we can assign the trigger point assignment. So here we are going to discuss only the BOM component allocation. Other three are not the scope of this project, but these are all possible. Okay. So now the work center to routing, what are the things which are carried out? In work center, what are the things we defined? We defined the default values like a control key, right? We defined control key. What is control key? I will be explaining later. Then activity types. What are the activity types we defined? Setup time, labor time, processing time. Those things will be copied. And the standard value key. No, that is what the activity type and the standard value key are related to these. And then what is the standard value control? What is the standard value control? Whether it is must be entered, need not be entered, should be entered. We saw those things, right? Those things also will be carried. For example, if you put it is must be entered in the work center, then routing also we must enter them. So that is what now we are putting the control in the work center itself. And then formula keys, like we saw some formula also, how to calculate capacity, how to calculate schedule. These formula we saw them, right? Those things also will be copied to the routing operations. So these are all the details which are there in the work center. We define these things. They are carried to the routing operations. Okay. You will see them when you are seeing the details. You will be able to understand them clearly. After going through routing, if you come back to this particular slide or this particular material, you will be able to understand them. So this is one which I explained you, like material BOM, then what's routing, and we are given the material, and then we are having the operations wise, work center wise details, standard time, everything. If we do not specify anything, by default, all these items will be assigned to operation 10, first operation. That is the standard behavior of SAP. But if I want to do the different allocations, then we have to go on manually change them, right? We have to go on manually change them. The BOM is not going to change. That will remain the same. But in routing, in which operation they are assigning, that only is going to change. Okay. So here we discuss about the different BOM and then features of routing structure, work center, and routing bill of materials. Okay, right. With that, we go to the how to manage the routing. Okay. So now to create routing, the transaction code is CA01.
01.
Okay, and here you are having this details here. Production. Under production, this is a master data. In master data, we are having the routings. Under routing, again we are having standard routings here. See here, we are having the other options like I told reference operation set, rate routings, reference rate routing like this. Now, if you open them, you can see the other transactions, CA11, those kind of things. But now our interest is on CA01. So select CA01 and proceed.
Sir, same path I can go through material master tab, sir.
How you
Same,
can go?
I can.
Is it there?
Logistics material master, because material MM010203 we can access either through the material management or through production, right?
Right.
Whether
Now,
we can do the same thing here.
Routing is related to pure production. So you will not be seeing those
Okay.
options in metal management.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it.
So now when you go to the routing, right, here we see what is the header material, which is the plant you have to give there. Again, you have to give the date here. So BOM also you gave the date. You followed the 1st April. Here also please use the April. Okay, this is the key date, right? So if no date is given here, system will take what is the today date, no creation date as a validity from date. What date you are creating it, that will be taken as a key date here. Key date means it is when is it valid from. And then when you go into the routing, right, there are some details. For example, usage. BOM also you saw the usage, right? So similarly in routing also you have the usage. We are having different options like a production, engineering, universal plant maintenance like that. We select the option called production 1. Then the status. Again, BOM also we saw that status, right? It is active or inactive like this. The status of routing is whether it is creation phase, which means creation phase means it cannot be used for anything else. The BOM is routing is getting created. Routing is getting created. And it is released for order, which means it is released only for creation order purpose. 3 means release for costing purpose, only for costing purpose. So here 4 release means general. So this is what the status we have to use. Well, this means it is applicable for all the purposes. Okay. It is released. So don't worry about this 5, 6, 7 and all, because this is a system which is common for all. Some guys would have created these things, copying these 4 to the 5, 6, 7 and all. So don't worry about this. Now we have normally in standard SAP, we'll have this 1, 2, 3, 4. We use 4 so that this routing will be applicable for all the aspects. And one important thing is the lot size. You should always fill this lot size from lot size and to lot size. If you keep them blank, system will, maybe it will allow you to create the routing, but later when you convert the work center, when you create the production order and all, it will create the issue. So the lot size is normally, it is coming from one piece. And 2 lot size, you can create this 2 lot size for different things. I told you one example, packing metal, right? If I use manual packing, up to 1000 pieces, I want to use a routing which is having manual packing. But more than 1000 pieces, I want to do the packing through the packing machine, because more than 1000 means doing manually is not economical. We want to do it by machine. Then that case, we can put here one routing will create the same product routing. There is a counter here. There is a routing counter. Like a BOM, we has alternative routing. Also, we can create different routing, right? For the same product, we can have different BOM. Similarly, we can have different routing also. So the first routing with the group 1, I create, and then here the example I'm telling, the packaging material with manual packing, I put the lot size as 1 to 1000. Then I create a second one, which is group counter 2, where the lot size is 1001 to probably 10,000 or 40,000, 50,000, whatever the number. Right? So this routing is applicable.
So could you repeat this group counter again, sir, please?
Okay. Now let me share my full screen here. Okay. So now I have packing. Okay. I have packing.
Yes.
Are you able to see the Excel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is a packing. There is a packing where I do manual packing. I do manual packing for 1 to 1000 pieces.
1000 pieces, correct.
If it is more than 1000, I have to go for machine packing.
Routing.
Because doing 1000, it will not be economical for me. I have to use the machine. So what I will do, I will create a routing 1. Here I will use the work center manual packing machine, where I will pack maybe 1 piece per 2 minutes, like that. That is my routing 1. Right? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So here maybe I will
We only got 2.5 minutes left in the meeting, sir.
wait. This is the what yes, type size. This is routing. This is 1. This is 2. For example, routing 1, I will create the routing with manual packing machine with 1 piece per 2 minutes. Now, if I go to machine 2, I am doing the same product, right? So I have to create routing 2.
Correct.
Here I will put what? Machine packing. Machine packing with maybe 60 pieces per minute. Okay, this is the manual packing. This is a machine packing. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So this is the work center which I used W001. This is W002. So, but these are 2 different routings. They are not same routing.
Correct.
This is routing 1. This is routing 2. I am using different work center here, different work center here. This is the operation. The time is what? This is 1 piece per minute. Here I am using 60 pieces per minute. So like this, I am creating the routing, 2 different routings. So this is alternate 1 routing. This is called alternate 2 routing. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay for others?
Sir, I got this concept clear. Can we please go in that slide, please? Okay, so here I got it that like if you put the lot size from 1 to 100, we keep as a group center 1 where it would be a manual packaging, suppose. If we put the group center 2 and we keep anything above 100 to 10,000, the system will automatically take the on the lot size, it will select the group center.
That we will see that. That is the next master data called production version you have to create.
Okay.
I will show you that. That is what we have to cover next. Okay, now it is less than 1 minute. Let us stop here. We will assemble here again after 15 minutes. Now time is 11:10 India time. We will meet at 11:25 India time. Okay.
Okay.